Hello guys, so welcome to tonight's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on GFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time you see our program for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, I will start tonight's show. Alright, so the Sun going to let us know say Ollie Watkins is very much open to an Arsenal move. In fact, when you look how the Sun report the story, so the Watkins would reportedly be open to moving to Arsenal this summer. That's okay. Now, the Aston Villa forward is a fan of the Gunners and was the subject of interest from Mikel Arteta's men in January. That's true. Now, transfer insider Duncan Castles claims the club could turn to Watkins if they fail in bids for Victor Gyökeres and Benjamin Sesko. You see this way Duncan Castles talk. My mind don't did there since. Many other people say don't talk. Many people don't tell me personally. Say Arsenal people pursue Sesko, pursue Gyökeres tire. At the end of the day, they go land to Ollie Watkins. In fact, somebody gave an illustration. Say, Sachuk, you remember during Wenger days? Wenger pursue Benzema, pursue this one, pursue that one. Last, now Yaya Sanogo. Now Wenger go by. So with that mindset of a lot of Arsenal fans, for me personally, if it happened as way Duncan Castles don't talk, I say maybe if those two know based on say money matter, they'll come live and come buy Ollie Watkins, it will be a disaster. Ollie Watkins is not the person I personally think we need right now as the main, like the pivots, as the target man, as the main striker. I don't buy that idea. Because Arsenal are not like any other, we are not like Liverpool. How many teams they play against Liverpool, they set up 10 men behind the ball? That is a major factor. In fact, you know what I say that 10 men behind the ball, or like one of the reasons why we say we never win things, because people set up against us differently. I don't know whether their plan. They don't set up like that against Man City, against Liverpool, against Spurs, against ManU. But when it comes to Arsenal, even people will be saying they go relegation, like people did 19 or they were 20. They all hear Arsenal is coming to town. Everybody go serious. You know they go take players. So using that mindset, you don't need somebody like an Ollie Watkins. Do you know that Ollie Watkins misses more big chances than even Kai Havertz? But because he still buries some chances, that's why people can forgive him for that excesses. Watkins and Haaland miss more than Havertz. But because they still score, that's why people know the reason. They'll be like, right, they make some kind of pocket of errors there and there. But because they see they keep saves, they win the Golden Glove, they forgive me excesses. So for me, I wouldn't buy that idea. Like I said in the morning, make sure if it is to pay above the market value, pay it. Get the player, let's move on. That's my own humble submission. I don't know too because this is irritating, like it's crazy. When I saw the report from the Sun, I think I'm lightly at all. Now, away from that, so the Sun also they put out some players so we say they don't play for Real Sociedad and they later play for Arsenal, like players that have represented both teams. So Martin Zubimendi becomes the 9th player to have represented Arsenal and Real Sociedad from Merida, Carlos Vela, Mikel Arteta. Yes, Arteta played for Real Sociedad. Nacho Monreal, Kieran Tierney, Matthew Ryan, Martin Odegaard, and Mikel Merino. So now all this, if you say we sign under Isak now, you say we don't pack plenty Real Sociedad players. Well, it is what it is. Let's move on to other stories. Now, away from that. So Sami Mokbel can they give us updates about Martin Zubimendi because Zubimendi already visited Arsenal's training headquarters in Hertfordshire ahead of his move from Real Sociedad. Formalities ahead of announcements being completed. That's according to BBC Sports. In fact, some other media even they talk say the guy don't go visit London Colney. Yes, he visited London Colney. You see everywhere. So maybe in the coming days it's going to be everywhere will still announce him. Like Aswat said, maybe when we enter July, the announcement will happen. Now, this brings me to this controversial take where Rio Ferdinand put out for social media. People call the entire Fabrizio Romano said, post the thing. Rio Ferdinand was quoted to have said, Arsenal are not the same. Like the pressure we did for Arsenal, not be the same like Manchester United. Say the pressure they more. for ManU because the badge is not as heavy. Arsenal ain't the same pressure like Manchester United. The badge ain't as heavy. People they ask, which pressure Manchester United dey on? Manchester United pressure. Now say make them no go relegation. Nobody, as ManU dey now, nobody's expecting ManU to win the league. The mistake most people they make be say they look past glory. Yes, in the past, ManU were a formidable team. They were very, very good. They did a lot. But Baba, we know the Old Testament again. We did for First and Second Corinthians. Presently, ManU a shit packer. As ManU dey now, nobody's expecting ManU to win anything. I know like if you go check Amorim now, maybe the aims and objectives they give him for the season, winning the league will not be there. In fact, if they talk, say make him first enter top 4. Next season when they enter, they are not going to be title contenders. One, they don't have championship to contend with. They don't have Europa League to contend with. They don't have UEFA Europa Conference League to contend with. In fact, if not, they say now only 3 teams they go relegation. So maybe like 5 teams. Who knows? Man, you would have gone to relegation. Where they finish for team. So I'm surprised that Ferdinand could make this type of statement unchallenged, saying that the pressure are not the same. How? Which pressure will I get? How? Oh, well, look, say do with me and you did for that room. All right, so the London Evening Standard, when they talk, say Martin Zubimendi. Okay, I think I've taken this story. The London Evening Standard broke it that he visited London Cold. So let's go into another report. Now, how Arteta helped to sign this Zubimendi? Now, Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta is reportedly the main factor behind the signing of Real Sociedad star Martin Zubimendi. According to the Athletic, Arteta's interest in Zubimendi was reinvigorated last summer. That was when the Gunners landed Mikel Merino, who also signed from Real Sociedad, and now Zubimendi set to sign the contract with not long I signed the contract already. So I know that Arteta played a major role by calling the guy, like letting him know, say, I really want you get. And Arteta self gets huge connection with that Sebastian. So probably, and I know say the media not talking about. You show me say Merino self go put score. No how it won't be. Merino self go don't come in and say, Baba, come join us here now. What's this up? Yeah, it makes sense. Forget that La Liga. Come join us here. Which was one of the reasons why the guy joined us, and at the end of the day, I just say, Arteta get this way of speaking to players. If Arteta follow you talk, he will easily convince you. Just jar the console. That's why the guy joined us. So Arteta really tried. Now, Ben Jacobs break this particular story today. When they tell us, see the amounts we Bournemouth. In fact, I know like for you, see this Bournemouth, they don't turn shop right. Hey, they don't turn shop right. Bournemouth will never remain the same. In fact, next season, I will not be surprised if they go relegation. Dean Hodgson, Otilo, Mino Kerkes, Otilo. You get another of their defender, Zerbani. PSG, the Poshida, I don't make first beat, second beat now. That one said he will still go. Semenyo, you won't find like. People just go they pack players. Next season, they will never remain the same. Because before you come buy new players for assembly, they'll come understand themselves. They will be like this current setup. They don't say they don't carry Sholanke, this sport. Like people just go to select. Now, back to the story. So Tottenham Hotspur actually went to Bournemouth. They come bid 55 million upfront and 10 million in add-ons. So no, they bid similar to this, but Bournemouth they talk say no. Say the amount they pay this particular 55 and 10, who they pay for Sholanke, they need something higher. They need like 65 plus million package. And there is even another report to say Manchester United have entered the race. So they can't refuse. Say that they request for like 70 million. Why I bring this story now? Because we don't hear say Arsenal interested in the player I get. To them they say this one will pass the amount that Tottenham Hotspur pay for Sholanke, which was around 55 plus 10. Say it will pass like that too. So this one now, the one they hear from 65 above. So in case Arsenal they put body, that kind of amounts, Arsenal would be expected to pay when they go there easy. But I think they see within our range. We want to buy players. For me personally, I like this ManU. The kind of Mama Riot. I really appreciate that. But we'll just watch. Don't be our handy day. All right, so let's bring you first message from one of our sponsors, Zifty Tech, who are a web development company. They do professional websites for people and companies. So they're a trusted brand that can help you launch your professional website. They can build websites like e-commerce, corporate websites, crypto websites, real estate websites, and so many other websites if you think of. So if you want to reach out to them, you can call them on +234 70 36858662, and you can also visit their website on www.ziftitech.ng to get started with their services. At the same time, let's bring another message from another of our sponsor, Poria Logistics and Delivery Services. So they are into import and export, pickup delivery, doorstep delivery, courier delivery, haulage, transport logistics, dispatch, and errand services. So you can reach out to them on +234 807547 8645 or 08092445644, and they're located at Block D, Shop 41, Binokono Ultramodern Market, or Jota, Lagos. Or for their Ikorodu office, 28 Orivo Street, Italewa, Ikorodu, Lagos, Nigeria. So if you get anybody who wants to send my goods go abroad, or you want me to help you receive, they are there for you. So reach out to them and get started. Now, away from that, like I was telling you, there was another report where they talk about the Tottenham Hotspur Manchester United. So they're interested in this Semenyo, but I don't know now how much Bournemouth they ask for. So more just see how everything will end at the end of the day. Whether Arsenal go put body, he gets. Now, the song going to let us know say Vlahovic is demanding for £200,000 per week. Now, according to Give Me Sports, the striker is seeking a lucrative contract worth around £200,000 per week. So, in just making put out in demands, in financial demands to potential suitors out there. Anybody talk say, we don't know how much it's going to request. We don't know whether it's going to be expensive. He don't put his money out there. In fact, make a boss in our brain. Don't be surprised. At the end of the day, you go here say Vlahovic, Arsenal won't go sign. Like, I see that happening. The possibility is there because the guy now is going to be going for very, very cheap amounts. No, even spend up to 40 million if you want to sign Vlahovic. The guy there in final lap. And him already say no mind to even stay Juve, making you even play as long as say they pay him a salary and he lives as a free agent. So you no mind. I remember telling the new coach here, Tudor. That one said no the reason inside. So people just watch at the end of the day. Well, I know something I've been like him before, so don't be surprised. Because if this one they complain say money too much, maybe at the end of the day, now that kind of player they will go sign now. So more just to see how this things go unfold at the end of the day. Now, this particular report where Football London put out, it suits me very well. Why? Because I said this thing this morning, and then come put out their own report. Look at them, they put out 7:30 this evening. The company said they listen to it talking in the morning. Arsenal are running out of time to use transfer secret weapon after agreements. See, this agreement, where they say there's a gentleman agreement, there is no time again to be waiting for the agents to persuade the president of the clubs that you must honor that contract. You will be saying that you be third party with the outside. Now you will lose at the end of the day because the management of the player might decide to say, yes, we don't say you again. What's happening? We are not financially starved. We are okay. We know they say again. You honor your contracts. You agents don't do anyhow because it's illegal. There's nothing you can do. Honor your contract. You will be player club one buyer. What can you do? There is nothing you can do. That's why I said in the morning. Fine, we know say that they cheat us, but pay the money and take the player. Let's move on. You know what you want to use the player do. After all, you did it with Declan Rice. Say you want to say at the time we will buy Declan Rice in the worth 105 million. Is that what you're telling me? So for that amount when we bought him. Now just say after I will buy him, the way we did this, we'll say okay, yes, it don't justify. But at that time, Baba, I was even a strong advocate to make Arsenal fashion the deal and leave him. You get. But Arteta stuck to his gun. Say no, no go fight here. Go meet the crew and say, hey Joe, give me the money, make I buy this guy. Use that same way. Fight for Gyökeres. Or if not the set wants, pay the money and go. Are you telling me Florian Wirtz is worth £160 million? That guys no. But Liverpool knew they had no choice. They went there and did the deal. They don't say yes, they cheat them. No between them and they cheat us. You get. Normal thing. You get. And when we buy Pepe, Pepe wants to like so many examples there. Oh, you don't have a choice. That's why for the way to make the agents convince Varandas, we go pay for here, we go take. But more just watch. I like the fact that Football London actually put out that report. Now, the song going to let us know about Zinchenko wage issue. That Zinchenko could even stay at the Emirates this summer. This is the final lap. If he stay here, at the end of the day, move as a free agent because I see no one agree, and the officially on the market, Arsenal no one push him out. Yes. Don't be surprised if you even give him a contract stage. So transfer academy data says Zinchenko is in no rush to leave despite the Gunners being open to selling. Yeah, they're open to selling, but it's in the market. That's the thing. But we'll just watch at the end of the day how things unfold. Now, so many Arsenal fans come outside the talks. They make Arsenal actually buy this Palhinha from Bayern. Now, why are they saying this? This guy used to play for Fulham. Very, very good midfielder, defensive midfielder, very good. At some point, he won't join Bayern on the deadline day. You know what? He comes to stop Fulham, the following window, he move. After he move, Bayern no give him playing time. He can give the rust for bench. Now, Fulham when they reason say make them go back to Bayern, make Bayern resell the guy to them. You get. Then sell and give Bayern for 48 million. Now them when they ask, say, okay, give us a cut fee. We will carry the guy back. So after Bayern saying, if Partey mistakenly leave, go and get this player. It's going to be coming for cheap. You will not be spending 70 million, 80 million. He understands the Premier League already. Go and get him. But I just hope it doesn't get to that level that will let Thomas Partey leave. You will pay me gone. But Partey said before my hand, I don't go lie for you. I did watch one of the interview where Partey do with one Ghanaian guy like that. But you see the way Partey talk, his calm demeanor. In fact, I don't believe in that kind of person. They talk that in the follow last time they drag for money. He was talking very calm, gentle, talk so nice about Arsenal, his humble beginnings, and yet mama carry food for him. They said said so much, but I don't know, I don't understand. That one a public share. I only got no idea do for private. Well, it is what it is. All right, so away from that, so the Mirror when they put out another report say Alexander Isak is staying put at Newcastle. All parties believe that it's a certainty that Isak will remain at Newcastle this summer despite interest from Arsenal and Liverpool. So Arsenal and Liverpool already understand. Say this guy no get where they go. After all, Newcastle don't qualify for Champions League. If they don't get that Champions League, it would be easy to actually reason and make him follow you go. But as long as they don't get, then you say, it's how they find go Arsenal. Here where I be king. I don't hear Jerry gets. But me, I know say someday he would want to live there. I've never seen Newcastle as title contenders. You get the most they will get is top 4 or win the domestic cup. But say when they go win the league, that's a tall order. I don't see it happening. Nobody say I deserve for them, but personally, I don't see it happening. All right, let's begin another message from another of our sponsor, Mobile World Associates and Co Limited. They're into construction services, dredging, canalization, real estate, and shore protection works. They're also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, you can call them on +234 8064642234, and they're located at number 7 Ekeniwo Road, Orazi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of the services, do reach out to them. So the biggest news of the night is the fact that the Sun is letting us know Ollie Watkins is open to Arsenal move. So Mojo this year. In fact, they thought say if Arsenal don't get Ben Sesko and Gyökeres, they will go for Ollie Watkins. For me, that would be a big mistake, but we'll just watch. So I think it's a fine place for us to call the show and end. Like come your way tomorrow morning to give you the money. So thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of the night. Have a good night. I don't care about. All right, guys. Ciao.